Man, got around. OG7 back here. And today, my friends, I'm going to share with you some fascinating and mind-expanding concepts that will have you to see past the veil of the matrix and understand that you want to be one of the few, the proud and the strong, who was ready to give his last dying breath to take out any opponents, man, who look to oppress upon you, dude, or to dominate you, man. Without further ado, man, I want to get into topics of today's video. 5 things you can learn from Andrew Tate, the king of toxic masculinity. Hey guys, I just want to share with you, since I've been getting ready for my serious hip replacement surgery, I haven't been able to work out like I used to work out between 3, 4, and 5 times a day. So let me tell you what happened, man. I met this guy here in Vegas. I'm not going to say his name because he's a private guy, but he's a Puerto Rican guy like me, man. Special forces dude, retired military. And when I moved to Vegas, dude, he blessed me, man. Like, he blessed me. He got me into stunt school, movie martial arts. And this dude is an accomplished martial artist like me. I'll be honest with you guys. I got a master's degree level of all types of martial arts: combat arts, survival arts, self-defense, whatever. You know what I mean? And street fighting and fighting in prison and combat, right? But this guy has taken it to the next level. He's got multiple PhDs in all types of martial arts that I've studied. He's taken them to the next level, and he's also perfected them, distilled them down to the best version, most efficient, and expanded my understanding of martial arts and fighting and killing. Like, he's expanded me to the next level, which I didn't think was possible. I thought I was the most savage. I'm being honest with you. I thought I was the most savage martial artist on the planet. He's taught me something different. And the reason I bring that up, man, is because, he's also taught me to be a more civilized guy. Like, I've seen him in situations where, dudes are talking stuff or women are talking stuff, and he never loses his cool. He's like Cool Hand Luke. And I talked to him about it after. He said, hey, man, there's no reason for me to lose my cool, because once I lose it, people are going to die. And I'm not going to kill somebody just because, they're yelling and screaming or out of control with their emotions. I'm not going to let somebody else take my joy. So I learned that a lot. I learned that a lot from the guy. And what I want to share with you is, you can learn from people, dude, because he has blessed me here in Vegas. He's opened me up to acting circles, social skills circles, very powerful and rich people. And when I watch how he interfaces with the people, he's more of a savage than me, and he's always calm, cool, collected gentleman. I've learned that I can be a savage as well, but I'll be like Jordan Peterson calls it. I'll be a philosopher, warrior, scholar, savage. And so my great mentor, dude, I've just learned and I've been practicing that. And so since haven't been able to work out, when I first met the dude, man, he started blessing me. We were training together, right? So then we upped it. So we would train together in the morning, and then we go to the gym after, and then we would train some women after, or other actors, and then we would go to our movie martial arts school and train then. So that's 4, 5 trainings a day. And I think, me training like that every day, and I'm not blaming him, I'm just sharing with you guys, like, I upped my training to the next level, just trying to be, the best savage I could. Then I went on a martial arts movie as a background dude, and just was there for 24 hours. I think that just took my hip over. I think that the damage was already there from 30 years of competitive judo and 5 years of cage fighting and 10 years of Brazilian jiu-jitsu and 25 years of Japanese jiu-jitsu and taekwondo and karate and stuff and kickboxing. Hey man, your hips just wear out, but I think that us taking our training to the next level, like training together 3 and 4 times a day, like every day except Sundays, it just wore me out, man. In that movie set, I was there for 24 hours, and the next day, that's when my hip was messed up. So anyway, I share that with you because sometimes you meet people that you can learn life lessons from, and I think it's very important I share this with you because as I sit here and I can't train, I do a lot of research so I can start giving you guys. I'm gonna try to front load all the content, so after I have my surgery, what I can do is I can go into my external hard drive and just pick out a video for today and put it on YouTube, and then I put for every video I put on YouTube, I put 5 on my Patreon, just to let you know, at least 5 to 7. So when you see my uploads to YouTube, like my daily video or my every other day video, whatever it is, Just know that there's 5 to 7 on Patreon, which is way more savage, and that's why I'm asking you guys to go over there and support me, because YouTube is not monetizing me. And I think it's important as a community we help each other. $2 is not gonna kill you, man. If you don't have $2 for OG Silverback, what are we really doing here? What kind of relationship do we have? I'm educating you, and YouTube's not monetizing me like these other people. So $2 a month, it's not gonna kill you, man. So anyway, when I sit here and do research, I ran across this dude named Andrew Tate, man. And so when I run across a dude I've never seen before, the first thing I do is I go to their YouTube channel, and then I subscribe to their channel, and then I do a play all, and I just kind of let the videos play in the background. And all the dude's stuff is very savage, man. So here's the 5 lessons, the 5 things you can learn from Andrew Tate, the king of toxic masculinity. Number 5, man, that OG Silverback was right about the importance of fighting. So when you watch Andrew Tate's story, when you go to his YouTube channel, or if you just do a Google search, a YouTube search for Andrew Tate, there's a lot of short clips, man, maybe 10 minutes or more, 5 minutes to 10 minutes, that tell you his life story, compound. But the number one thing was, when Andrew Tate started fighting, dude, when he started like cage fighting and kickboxing, that's when he became Andrew Tate. Before that, he was just some little kid who played chess with his dad. He's very good at chess. So obviously he has the intellect, but he had the forethought to understand he's got to be able to fight, dude. And I tell everybody on my Patreon coaching calls, dude, I tell them the number one thing that's important in the coaching call is you got to find a school where you get combat sports, whether it's boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, full contact karate, or mixed martial arts, cage fighting, where you're getting punched and kicked. It's just the way it is. A lot of guys on my Patreon, I'm going to say 25%, they don't want to hear that. So they'll email me like, hey, LG Silverback, I don't want to do any more coaching calls, but I'm going to still support you at, the $50 level or $75 level or $90 level or $100 level, but I don't want any more coaching calls or Zoom calls, because they don't want to face the reality of this, bro. I hold you accountable. If I talk to you on a coaching call, the next time we talk, the first thing I ask you, hey, have you found a boxing school, kickboxing school, a Muay Thai school, dude? You know what I mean? Or a mixed or cage fighting school. If the answer is no, I'm gonna tell you, then what are you doing here? I don't really need your money. It's not that serious, because, dude, if you're not, I'm your accountability, but I'm the guy that's gonna tell you the whole truth, nothing but the truth. You gotta get punched in the face. You gotta get kicked and slammed. It changes your psyche. It changes the way you relate to other men. You relate to women. Relate to the world. Gives you a confidence that you can't get it from anything else. So when Andrew Tate started fighting to change his life, number 4 is the importance of a strong male role model. When you see Andrew Tate, the first thing that he says in his videos, or when other people commentate about him, is that his father was in his life when he was young. And they say, everything you need to know, you learn it from years 1 through 5. Those are your formative years. So his father was there, African-American guy, married to an English lady. And his father taught him about women, playing chess, the importance of goals, and the importance of his name, and the importance of his word. And that's what I try to tell you youngsters who come over to my channel and who are over at my Patreon, is this, guys. When I'm on you, dude, I'm like Kevin Samuels, bro. I'm the big brother you always needed, or the uncle, or maybe even the dad or the mentor. I'm going to tell you what it's like. I'm not going to spare your feelings, dude. You guys are soft and coddled. You're taking selfies. You're always on TikTok, Instagram. That's a female thing. Entertainment is a female commodity, dude, because men are built through fire, dude, and being tested, dude, in adversity. That's the only way you can become a man. Like, check this out, guys. A strong man can never make a weak man strong. He can only show him the way, because the weak man's got to do the pull-ups and the push-ups and the running and the punching and the kicking. And there's certain things I could tell you all day, some stuff, but until you actually do it, you won't transform. It's like when Captain America transformed, he had to get the serum. It's like when the Hulk transformed, he had to get the gamma rays. It's like when Leonidas transformed, he had to go out there and face the wolf. It's just the way it is, dude. It's just how it goes. And a lot of you guys, man, you're into immediate gratification. You think everything is point and click and everything's easy. That's not life. And you've been fooled and bamboozled with the feminist agenda, dude, and gynocentrism. and it's not your fault. But it's my job to point out to you, you're soft and coddled generation, bro. And the only way you're gonna change that, bro, is to start getting your aspirin kicked on a daily basis. Because once you start getting your aspirin kicked in the cage, in the ring, and on the mat, dude, you see life for what it is. The cloud of BS is taken from you. The rose-colored glasses are removed. You see life for what it is. So that's the importance of a strong male role model, because his father was his mentor, dude. And he, it's like having a solid uncle. When I was a kid, they had a thing called Big Brother, because young men growing up now with the absence of a strong male role model, you don't have a reference point on how to be a real man. You're emotional like women do. You react like women. And that's why our society is just caving down, man. And I even see some strong men that I know. They don't hold women accountable, dude. They still want to be this gentleman and this righteous dude to women. And what it comes down to hold women accountable, you gotta hold them accountable like you hold men. So if a woman's yelling and screaming, being emotional and all this, oh, men say women are just emotional. No, not as men and women are equal. You have to hold them accountable, just like men are violent. And when women scream, they just want to slap the piss out of women. We can't do that anymore because that's toxic. Toxic. Then when women scream and all that, you got to tell them like, hey, this is not a proper conversation we're going to have. Get control of your panties, right? Number 3, use women's natural sexuality to make money. And here's what Andrew Tate, man, I was watching him, dude, and he's the guy that made these cam models, like this whole cam model thing. He just launched it big, man. And so the whole thing is this, dude. Women want attention for their sexuality. It's just maybe you're not getting female attention because it's you and who you are, because you're not getting your aspirin kicked every day. And let me tell you guys a true story, man. So I've always been a savage, man, you know what I mean? Because I was a bouncer and a bodyguard, dude, and then I did security, bro, and I'm talking about the manly stuff. I was competitive martial arts, competitive bodybuilder, powerlifter. I fought a lot, and I was always in the brig and in the military. Even before I went to prison, I was shooting people. So then I get to prison, I'm just straight savage. But then I get out. The German dude tells me when he got out before me, he said, "Hey, bro, you got to learn to mask that gorilla. You got to go so far to the right that people would never imagine." So I became this geeky techie dude with high water pants, glasses, and a pocket protector. Golly gee, good morning. And I got so deep into character that, dude, I really believed I was some geeky dude. And I put the savage away, and it was so believable that I got married. I married this nice young lady, man, and I would meet women. They just think I'm just some nice big teddy bear and all that stuff, bro. But then what happens is this, man. Women are naturally sexual creatures, bro. But it's only for the right guy. Like when you meet women that are like dressing sexy and looking beautiful and sophisticated and charming and all that, deep underneath it, this is not, I know YouTube's going to demonetize me. This is not a negative thing, but deep down, women are sexual creatures. A woman's capacity to sex far outweighs a man, but women are very choosy. Even when they choose bad boys and gang members and gangsters and drug dealers, women are very specific about what turns them on. It's called an archetype. And so I'm sorry for you sexist guys. There's a nation of sexist guys in America. And when I mean sexist guys, I'm not talking about because you have the ability to pay for some vajayjay. I don't know, dude. To me, that's some chump buster stuff. I mean, I know Kevin Samuel said you should pay. Other guy, high value men like Fresh and Fit say you should pay. I don't believe you should pay. That's just me. But who am I, man? I'm just some old dude, right? But I will tell you this, dude. There's a lot of sexless dudes that, whether they go on Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, OkCupid, Match.com, they're not getting picked. And they're walking on the street, they're invisible to women because they don't have a certain archetype. What I do on my coaching call, my $25 coaching call, I identify what your passion is, what's important to you, and we build an archetype for that. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's just say you're a gamer, right? A lot of you young guys into the games and stuff, but I think that the archetype you should have if you're into gaming is, let's just say, goth. Just follow me for a second. Because if you're playing Grand Theft Auto, Dungeons and Dragons, what's the Call of Duty, all that's some dark stuff. So if you're a gamer and you want to be identified with the archetype, I would help you to build a dark character, a bad, dark, brooding, stoic gamer. And let me tell you something. Once I build that architect with your help and your cooperation, you'll start attracting women that are into that archetype, and you can be yourself. But you first have to define who you are, because a lot of you guys are so nondescript. You're just some neutral, bland dude. And that's why you're not getting attention from women, because women are naturally sexual creatures, but it's only for the guys that they find attractive. And so what Andrew Tate taught people is when he became a world champion kickboxer, bro. Women love winners, bro. They love bad boys, and they just start gravitating to him. But then he noticed how sexual, he's having 3, 4, and 5 women orgies, right? He knows women are sexual. He's like, hey man, I'm gonna get into this cam thing. He became a multi-millionaire, dude. So I just want to share that with you, and I'm gonna share with you my story. I was a techie dude. I got all fat and out of shape, and then my wife started desiring bad boys because I was a fat techie dude. And then when I got locked up for false allegations and I was in the county jail fighting for a year, dude, and I came out and I just dedicated my life to martial arts because I couldn't work in IT where I was under investigation for the allegations of attempted murder. I couldn't work in IT. They do a background check. They see attempted murder, kidnapping, child endangerment, all these false charges, bodily dismemberment, disfigurement, assault with a deadly weapon, all that. I can't work in IT. So what I did was I just went ahead, man, and I was on unemployment. I just opened up a dojo and I just trained martial arts every day, 7 days a week at different dojos. Come back, train my guys. I competed a lot. The women just flocked to me because I was congruent. I always had black eyes and my lips was busted, man. My face was always red with bruises. And the women that liked that bad boy archetype was attracted to me. And I was just being myself. So I'm just sharing this with you. Women are naturally sexual creatures, dude, but for the guys that they find attractive. That's just how it is. So Andrew Tate, you can learn that from him, dude. Number 2, American women will put you in prison, dude. Andrew Tate's story is like, okay, he started doing these cam models. He started out with 2, then he ended up with 75. The girl who's making the most money as a cam model just figured she can disrespect him because she knew she would see. This is what when women get money and power, then they feel like they don't need men, dude. But when they don't have money and power, they want to act like they need men. It's just funny. But when she got money and power, she knew she was the top cam model. She felt like, oh, I can do however I want. She threw up in his place, wasn't going to clean it up, disrespecting him. And he just had a heart-to-heart talk with himself. He said, even though she's my top producer, I cannot allow her to demasculate me in front of these other 74 women because my kingdom's gonna crumble. So then, dude, he just picked her up and took her outside of his place and locked her out. She goes and tells the cops that he assaulted her. He gets arrested, dude, and then $450,000 of legal fees later, he just decides to move to, I think he moved to Croatia or Romania, I don't know, but it's an Eastern Bloc country because he understood in America, a woman's lies will cost you your freedom. I'm not going to go into my personal story. If you want to know more, then go ahead and then go ahead and subscribe to my channel, thumbs up, hit the notification bell, do a play all, and just watch through all my videos like in the background, and you'll see my story where I've had, my ex-wife lie on me about some stuff, man. It cost me my freedom. It cost me my IT career. And only the German was able to help me reinvent myself and get back into IT, where he taught me how to make 300,000 a year. After all, I had my wings clipped, dude. Here's the number one, the most important, man, that Andrew Tate will teach you. You must leave America to become a real man, dude. Because in America, women are now the men, and then the men are the women, dude. It's just the way it is. Gynocentrism, um, the feminist agenda. It's just how it is, guys. I'm not trying to offend any women that maybe I do martial arts with, I've done movies with, or I'm part of a group association with. I'm just sharing with you my viewpoints from being an old school guy, being in a time warp, having been in prison, then my 10 years in the military. I spent so much time in the jungle. I wasn't really around a lot of civilians until the latter part of my military career when I started bouncing. But even then, I was like a stoic, quiet dude. I just saw female behavior for what it was. Women coming to the club every night, leaving with different guys, sometimes 3, 4, 5 times a night. They leave with a guy, come back, leave with another guy, come back. Come on, man. So that's what Andrew Tate teaches you, man. And then here's the bonus, the Baker's dozen, the OG Silverback Baker's dozen. Andrew Tate, man, you can learn that he's always thinking about how to become rich, man. That's where he is different from most guys, man. He's always thinking about how he can become rich legally. And I think that's a very powerful thing that you guys can learn from him. And if it's one thing in partying I wanted to share with you guys, man, if you really believe in the mission and you want to go to the next level, go over to my Patreon, man, not just for the $2 support, but get a $25 coaching call. Because even though Andrew Tate can teach you all of these things, it's just verbal acumen. I'm gonna sit down, we're gonna strategize together, and I'm gonna help you find out what your passion are, what's important to you, what is your what. And we're gonna build an archetype so you can go ahead and live your dreams, man. Because I got some stuff coming down the pipeline I'm not gonna talk about because a great man that I respect told me not to share with you guys was coming down the pipeline, so I'm not going to. But I can tell you this for one thing for sure, guys. This time next year, you guys that have hung with me, man, or your minds are going to be blown how I'm going to be living and things I'm going to be doing. And for those of you who don't believe in me, man, you're going to feel like such a failure because you're going to see how I went from this level to the stratosphere, and you're going to be like, "Hey, man, how this old dude just become like this big dude like that, man? I'm just here. I'm in the same spot and everything. Maybe I should go to this Patreon too."